rightly said. So, founder of Beracah Events. Beracah Events has been in operation for 6 years now. And yes, basically, that's it. We do events,
All right.
weddings, corporate events, social events, and God has been
Okay.
faithful to us. Yes, ma'am.
Now, because what we are talking about is passion to profit, like how to break into the event industry. Now, how did you discover your passion for event planning and design?
Okay, no, I think for event planning and design, they came at different times, but let me talk about that of event planning. So I grew up. I didn't even know what it was. I was just that person out of my siblings that was the go-to when it comes to, oh, we want to go for Christmas events, we want to travel, we want to do this. Esther, what do you think? Should we wear this? Oh, no, everybody should not look like this. Let's enter this car, let's do like this. So I was that person they would, always go to in the family. But I just thought that was maybe because I was a perfectionist or something. But when it came to, so my sister now started like an NGO, or let me just call it a Christian organization like that. So we started having events there. We had a movie shoot premiere, we had movie sets, and I was always the one that would be in charge of the budgeting, do all of those things. But I still did not think it was anything different. I felt I was just helping my sister. So our wedding was coming up, and I was also the one who had to sort the colors and all of that. And she would always call me my event planner, my event planner. So one day I just said, okay, wait, what this event planning? Let me even go and check what it's about. And I searched for event planners in Nigeria, and I'm like, wait, there's a lot of event planners in Nigeria. I mean, why can't I even make this like a profession, something like that? So after my sister's wedding, it dawned on me that, okay, I think this is something I really want to do. So because I've been passionate, I've done it for years. And so I printed flyers, I designed flyers, and announced that, okay, everybody, I'm an event planner now. But I think that was a mistake, because not totally a mistake, because I feel like this, for a business like this, you cannot learn it all at the beginning. So but I think a mistake I made was not even going for, no matter how little, a training before starting. I started, and God has been faithful to till now, but there were some mistakes I made at the beginning of business. I remember if you remember, let me try to remind you if you don't remember. So there was one time when I started business, I think a few months into business, then COVID came. And I ran to you that day. I said that a client came, and I was planning their wedding. And because of COVID, they are no longer having a reception, and they canceled on me, and they said they were not going to pay. I don't know if you remember. You now asked me that, if you not send them a contract, at least they should pay a certain percentage. I'm like, what is contract? Then you told me that, wait, Esther, you don't know contract. You need to enroll for a training, something like that. And I'm like, oh, really? I just felt I was passionate about it. I think if I start, I will have clients. I was having clients, right? But I was making some of these mistakes. So I think what you said that day made me to go and read and look and search for what contracts were. And then I had to just enroll in a training and became certified. So I don't know if that answers the question.
I cannot even remember. Wow, such a good way to recount some of these things. Now, you also mentioned that you had some challenges along the way, apart from not getting the right training as at the time you started. What other challenges have you encountered along the way?
Challenges. I think that I would say that maybe the fact that I studied communication in school has made it a little bit different, because I was able to, I think one of the major challenges is people, basically. But I think that I've been able to cope in a way with handling people and their excesses, basically. So I would say that God has been faithful, because I cannot actually take any credit, or I can't take any credit for myself. But of course, you would have challenges. People are different. They are understanding. They are thinking. Sometimes you would almost want to give up on social events, because social events come with a lot of dramas. But um, I think that many times when I remember why I started, it it makes the whole thing worth it. So I can't even say, oh, this has been a challenge, or this is a particular problem I've had. I don't know.
Yes, thank you for that feedback. And I know, yes, because we deal with people, you know, that challenge of, especially when you're having events like that have to do with family, for instance, wedding or birthdays, even no, not even birthday, burials sometimes. You
Yeah.
like a lot of decision makers are in between. And
Stakeholder.
at some point, some people were like, no, 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 we're no longer doing this. Can we have this? Have you faced, you know, situations like that? And how did you overcome such?
Of cancellation.
No, not of cancellation, where you have several opinion,
Mm,
you know, several decision makers, so to speak.
mm,
For
mm,
instance, the siblings are saying this, and
mm.
the clients, you know, that got you into the or onto the project is like, no, 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 this is what it
I,
should be. Have you encountered such? And if yes,
ah,
how did you overcome that?
I think that is actually very common. May I like to call them plenty stakeholders. So when I see that, okay, this one, because all of them have stakes in the whole thing. This one wants it this way. This one is saying another thing. Everything is. I won't lie. I before I even on when I'm consulting with a client, I try to know. I try to ask them, okay, so this wedding or this event, is it going to be fully funded by you? Or is it like a parent thing? In fact, some of them are so kind enough to tell you that, oh, you know what, my parents, this and that, they will call you. In fact, a client was telling me recently that, my dad would disturb you. There's a wedding, another client has been telling me things like, oh, there are two aunties, these are their names. Please, anything that happens, I trust you to be able to handle them and all those things. So I think that because everybody is coming to that everybody is coming to that realization. I think all thanks to social media. So everybody is also trying to, keep their name, or I don't know how best to put that. So people, they are kind enough to share those things in advance. And then I ask as well. So on event days, when those dramas happen, I am, because I never want to be caught in the midst of drama. So by the grace of God, I try to speak. And when I see that the speaker, I had a particular event that the mother of the groom, I don't know what happened, but she was creating a scene. She went to the caterer, collected phone from the caterer, and said she was going to serve her people herself because her people were traveling. And I was just there and I was watching, because my coordinators had gone to meet her, ma, this and that. She wasn't having it. I just stayed there and I was just praying in my spirit that, God, I don't know how you will do it, but this event must go well. And I don't want any issues with the brand. I don't want any stain on my brand and all that. So somehow I called a daughter who was another stakeholder. And I for now. So why is this happening? So thankfully that one was able to, reach out to the mom, and we're able to find a common ground somehow. So I think all of these things they will happen. You will definitely
Yeah.
experience them. It's just being able to understand that, I read in them in Eventful Life by Yewande Zakios that there are some things you can control, but there are some things you cannot control. So those things you cannot control, just put them as part of your life lessons, because you really cannot control them. So I've just learned. Some people just want to be difficult so that they can prove to the world that event planners are not necessary. I do tell
Hmm.
some people, it's not because you are wrong or because you don't know what you're doing, but they just want to just prove that, you know what, I told you we're not supposed to use an event planner when we are there you understand.
Hmm.
So I think that in cases like that, you can't control such things. So you try to do your best and leave the rest.
Yeah, yeah. There are some that would get out of your control, but you must actually, you know,
Mm,
align with that. And I also like the part of spirituality. You cannot lose your guard, because I know that business in itself is spiritual. These are some of the things that we need to know as business people. Some people will just see you are not like you, not for
Mm-hmm.
any reason, not for
Mm-hmm.
any reason. You just mentioned that even some of the family members, the client's family members, will just feel that, would desire that this thing doesn't go right just for them to prove a point. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that you even amidst Charles, you stood still, you were calm about it, and eventually everything fell into place. Now, talking about passion to profit, when an ordinary person or an aspiring event professional hear passion to profit, the profit might be the most something more attractive to them. And in between the passion and profit, there are other things that build up to the profits. Can you please explain, based on your experience, talking about passion, what are the things you've put in place, like describing what your passion are in between in terms of commitments and everything, sacrifices, that now led you to where you are today?
I the passion was there at the beginning, and entering into it, it was looking like, am I sure this is what I really want to do? Because one thing I've learned is that it's not going to be rosy because God has called you, or because you are 100% prepared. You think you're 100% prepared or something, doesn't mean that everything will be rosy. But I think that like having that purpose, like knowing why I started in the first place, knowing my why, and putting the right structures in place has really helped me. And also, I would say that mentorship, trainings, I don't stop learning. So when I'm feeling discouraged, or I'm tired, or I feel like, why am I here, am I sure I'm doing the right thing, when I go for trainings, when I attend events with event professionals, and I hear people's experiences as well, it helps me. And even trainings like this, of course, people listening to it, as a young professional, you want to go into events, you are listening to this, just know that it's not going to be rosy. Because you are passionate and you love it, doesn't mean that everything would be smooth. But you have to don't you have to keep spending on yourself, on your growth. Nothing is too much to invest in your growth.
That will also lead me to um the advice you have for aspiring event planner and decorators.
Okay, it's not going to be it's a very fulfilling industry. You would meet people, you would love what you do. The satisfaction from the faces of your clients would make you very happy and remind you many times of why you are doing what you are doing. But at the same time, some people just know that there are some people that would want to frustrate you. There are some things that are bound to happen. There are some if I some it might not even be the clients, now even your own team. Hmm. I've had an event that some of my major team members did not show up for a decor
Wow.
job. And I would go to the toilet, cry, God, I'm tired, this and that. So I've had such times, and you would just people are funny. You know, you would people may not at the beginning, you may not really get people that will carry your vision the way you do. There are times when I'm working and I'm like, can you not see the mood board? This is what we are doing. And someone is like, yes, ma, this is what we did. Like, how does this look like what you are doing? Like, how does this look like what you are doing? Those times some people don't even just understand you, and it's crazy. But then you have to know that while you are investing in yourself, if you want a business that lasts, get on with people that also know what they are doing, so that you can build a business that will last eventually. So it may not be all that rosy at the beginning, but keep investing in yourself, your team members, invest in them as well. Let them invest in themselves. and the business will just keep going, even with or without you. I think
Thank
that's
you very much. Yeah. Now, because you are one of our past trainees, so we want to know if you would be recommending Pleasant J Academy to those out there that would want to learn, the ropes of event planning and decoration.
so. I remember it was in August 2020. I came for training with Pleasant J. August 2020. So, and I came to learn decoration, and I think it was really worth it because for me it was just I think it was just a month, or was it 2 months of training, and I think I was good. Um, know what, know why you are going there. If not, you will just be tired. Because there were times I'm like, I don't understand this, or I just feel like, wait, is this like magic? Those times you would say flower arrangement, and I'm like, only flower arrangement, just put flowers together. I mean, but the way you say this color has to look here, all of them will not be together, and I'm like, what's this woman even saying? But later on, and I realized that, wait, flower, like, you just have to be ready, because it's not, even the training is not going to be easy. Nobody is going to rub your back or anything. You have to be serious. You have to know why you are going. You have to know what you want. Then when you go there, trust me, I'm thankful I met you, because it wasn't all that smooth for me. And thank you for the kind of hand you babied me to a very good extent. So I think that's kind of
Please
helped
tell
me.
me.
Basically, the summary is that when you go for trainings, do not expect to be pampered. It's not going to be like, nobody is interested in pampering you. Go there, learn. Pleasant J is I would recommend Pleasant J, because that was where I got my own background in event decorations. And I've done a lot of jobs, like I've done a lot of jobs, all thanks to attending that training. So of course, why not? I would recommend you any day and at any time. And I like that you do not just one doesn't just come to you for training and that's it. You still watch our backs even years after. So I think for that, I am grateful. I would definitely recommend Pleasant J. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So it's really a great pleasure having you on this call.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see you soar. And whenever we see your work, we are so impressed that, yes, you're doing well. You are a product of passion to profit. We can't wait to call on you anytime soon. Thank you very much. So it's a pleasure having you on this call. Stay
Thank you.
blessed.
Thank
And
you, ma'am.
regard to your team members and family.
Thank
God
you so much.
bless you.
You too, ma'am. Bye.
All right, bye. Now, the key takeaways, everybody can hear from our last, from our guest, who happens to be one of our trainees at Pleasant J Academy. And the outcome or the takeaways are that nobody is pampering you. If you want to do it, ensure you are ready, make up your mind to do it, and be ready, to invest, be ready to stay committed, be ready, to take some of these challenges. These challenges will not actually kill you. It will just be like a learning rope. And along the line, of course, you overcome them.